favorite part about being a mom is seeing the joy on their faces throughout all of the little things. Whether that's getting a new toy they've been wanting, going to the park, seeing a butterfly, whatever it may be, they find joy in the little things. And it kind of makes you as a mom step back and appreciate those things too.
When you see that they're like in a moment just having the time of their life, and it could be something so simple as like coloring in a coloring book, it just like warms your heart. Just little things like that just make you so proud to be a parent.
So I can't pick one thing that is my favorite thing about being a mom, because I love it all. Even the stuff that isn't super fun, at the end of the day, I still love it because it's all part of the motherhood experience. I love being a mom so much. And every part, every phase is just different, but I love it all.
My favorite part about being a mom is just watching my kids grow and learn and thrive. If you hear a lot of noise, it's because this little one is currently in the stage of walking and babbling and chatting and just being the silliest, cutest little thing ever. My son Martin is 4.5 and he just recently started baseball, and watching him find something he loves is so cool. And then watching his relationships with his friends blossom and him become like a full kid has been so great. And I absolutely love developing such a bond and a relationship with my kiddos and letting their personalities just thrive.
My favorite part about being a mom is honestly unexplainable. It's everything that comes with being a mom. It's like the little moments, it's the little memories that you make. I mean, the big memories are amazing too, don't get me wrong, but it's really like those small little moments where like you and your kids are, well, me and my kid, I should say, we're sitting down doing a puzzle together and seeing her face light up when she finally gets a puzzle piece to fit. Or it's her and I playing Uno and then seeing her face light up when she finally wins. It's everything. It's the unconditional love I feel for this tiny little being that really keeps me going. Like, my God, am I gonna cry? Whew. She motivates me to be the best that I can be, and in return, like, I help teach her and raise her to be the best that she can be. It's everything. It's the unconditional love. It's the unlimited laughter. It's the unlimited cuddles and snugs and, you know, learning new things and like watching her face change when she learns something new. It's amazing. It's all amazing.
I truly believe that being a mother is the most important job you could possibly have. It's easy for us to feel a lack of purpose, but you just have to remember that what you are doing is so important. What being a mother means to me is such a privilege. I pray for wisdom every day, and I know I'm not perfect, but I do believe that God gives us wisdom when we ask for it.
Being a mom for me means being present. It means going to all of the little things, like going to school concerts or games or dance recitals or, you know, like anything that could possibly involve in those aspects. It's being present at home. It's playing Barbies. It's listening to her day. It's asking her about her day. It's not only being her biggest supporter, it's being her biggest motivator, it's being her biggest fan, it's being her nurse and her chef and her chauffeur.
Being a mother to me means you are somebody's protector, a teacher, we are a provider, we are a supporter, we are a support system for our children, we are teaching them, you know, everyday life skills, we are helpers, we're helping our children learn and grow and just be good citizens and guiding them in a way to live like a happy and healthy life. When you become a mom, you no longer are only focusing on yourself, but your children and your family, and it is your job and duty to, you know, be the best mom that you can be and to take care of those children because they're relying on you. Being a mom is very, very important. Actually, it's a very important role.
To me, being a mom means the person that loves you, cares for you, is there for you, and just is constantly rooting for you. You know, I think it's important as a mom to be supportive of your kiddos and just be there for them. I'm a mom and a stepmom, so I have two different kind of mom roles, but at the heart of both of those roles is just the love and the care that I have for my kids.
Being a mother means you are stepping into a super important role. You are responsible for raising your kids to be the best
little people that they can be. You're also responsible for protecting them from all the evil in this world and equipping them to handle scary situations on their own, because unfortunately, as much as you want to be, you're not always going to be there with them, like physically with them. You should be a light for them so that they can go out and be a light to others. It means sacrificing your own needs so that they can always have exactly what they need at all times. And even though that may sound like a terrible life for you, if you practice it enough and witness the kind of outcome it brings and how happy it makes them, nothing else is gonna matter, and you're gonna feel so fulfilled.
Being a mother means so much to me. Growing up, I didn't have a mom in my life, so I always worried that I wouldn't know what it's like to truly be a mother and what that definition would look like for me. But it has just been so truly amazing, and it just means to me that I am the person for my kids. I am the person that they can turn to. I am the person that is always going to be there for them no matter what. I just love my kids to the ends of this earth, and I am so happy that they have a mom in their life who, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but like is there for them and loves them and would do anything for them. It's just so cool watching them have the childhood I wish I had. And I did not think I was gonna cry doing this, but I'm just so grateful that I'm able to give them the love I always wanted.
My favorite memories as a mom with my children are probably the same memories that I had as a child with my family, and that's our family vacations. We take 1 week-long vacation every year, and it's nice when we don't have work or school or the extracurricular activities that kind of get in the way sometimes. It's just us as a family exploring the world.
My favorite memories with the kids are various outings and trips that we've taken as a family, including our annual beach vacation that I've been going to since I was born, and my mom has been going to since she was a kid, and now my kids are going, and it's always just so special to have a bunch of our family getting together, and I am so incredibly happy that I can document those memories to have forever. I'm also always going to remember their first Disney trip that I feel like they could really enjoy and remember, because they've been to Disney before, like when they were babies, but this past year I feel like they were finally able to like really get into it. Noelle got to ride her first roller coaster. Caleb was super into all the character things, and I honestly never wanted to leave. It was so magical, so much fun. There was little to no stress involved throughout the day. We were all just living our best life, and I loved it so much.
When I do my daily vlogs, I have these memories of things that I normally would never like record. Putting their shoes on, them taking their first steps, going out and playing in the leaves in the fall, going to Disney World. The little moments are so special to me. I love every moment of it, and that's pretty much why I started YouTube, because I just want to record every moment that my kids have.
A favorite memory of mine when it comes to my kids is probably when they first met. I am so happy that I captured this moment on film, and I can go back and watch it, and every single time I watch it, it's like it's happening all over again. I just remember all those feelings. There's just nothing like having your kids meet for the first time, and just seeing their bond is like nothing in the world.
This is probably my #1 favorite memory. Ivana made this in school. She is 6 years old. She has just turned 6 beginning of September, and this is her first ever little story that she wrote, and I did frame it because I am that type of mom. I did have to frame this. It's comic book pictures. You can see how she divided them up, and then this one is her and I buying her some new games on her iPad. This one is Lily, it's the cat, and then I think that's a rainbow. And then this one is Ivana and I taking Lily, our new puppy, for a walk, and then that's when we first see the rainbow. So basically the story is about Ivana and I buying her some iPad games, and then after we bought her the iPad games, we went on a walk. We saw a giant rainbow and a stray dog, and I think this is the cutest thing ever. But my favorite memory with this is her reading this to me. She was so excited to show me this. She gets in the car and she's like, "Mom, I have the best story for you. So when we get home, she gets everything like moved away at the kitchen table so she can sit down with her folder to show me this paper, and she starts reading it, and she just had the biggest, most brightest smile ever, and you could really see like that passion in her eyes when she was just so excited to show me. This was the first time that she's ever really written a story, and it's in cursive. Mind you, again, she is 6 years old, and she added comic book pictures to it, so she really put a lot of time and effort and thought into this story. And I got so like emotional, and I started tearing up and I started crying, and then she stops, right? She just stops completely. She's like, Mom, it's okay, it's just a story. Like, she was so concerned, and I was like, no baby, it's okay, really, I'm happy. And she looked at me like I was the weirdest person ever.
Our son loves to dance, and he is not shy, especially around big crowds. There's been multiple like weddings and events that we've been to where he will be in the center of a circle on the dance floor, and everyone is recording him and dancing with him, and they all think it's so cute and funny, and it really is so cute and funny, and we just love it. It just makes us all laugh and smile and just makes us so happy.
What makes me laugh hardest with my kids is always when you can tell that they're trying to understand something new, like a new concept or something different about the world that, you know, they're learning for the first time. They're trying to understand it, but they're just not getting it quite right. For example, my youngest daughter, Lexi, had referred to air quotes as bunny ears. We were talking on the phone when she was with her dad and I was at home, and she had said something and said, Mom, I was using bunny ears. And I just thought that was so funny when it finally clicked for me that she meant air quotes, because they do look like bunny ears.
It's hard to pinpoint exact funny moments with the kids, but I do know they all involve super random, hilarious things that either kid will say out of nowhere, and we always look at them like, where the heck did that just come from? And just die laughing. Toddlers are funny, y'all, and they don't even try to be half the time. Without prompting, they can just say the funniest things. They're the best entertainment by far, and they love it. They love when you laugh at what they're doing or what they're saying. It just makes them want to do it more, and it's awesome.
Okay, so she was probably three and a half or so. She was eating her lunch, and I had given her like one of those little to-go cups full of like the sauce to-go cups, you know, full of ketchup, and she ate all that ketchup because the girl could literally eat ketchup like it's soup. So I gave her one of those cups, and she's like, Mom, I really want some more ketchup. And I was like, no honey, like we're done with the ketchup, just finish your nugget, that way we can go do whatever. And she gets up, she sneaks out of the kitchen table, she goes to the fridge, and I'm sitting here right on the couch. I have a perfect view of the kitchen, and I'm watching her do this. And then she grabs the ketchup and she shakes it a little bit. She's pointing it directly to herself and she's looking at it, but she's squeezing at the same time. And as she's doing that, ketchup squirts all over her face. And then she puts herself in timeout because she says, if I listened to Mommy, I wouldn't have ketchup all in my hair. And that was the funniest moment.
I am a stay-at-home mama to 2 toddler boys, so it can be very challenging sometimes, and they were both colic babies, so the newborn phase was utmost challenging to me. It was just constant crying. Didn't really know what to do to get the crying to stop. It was just all day, every day for 6 months straight. So with that being said, my piece of advice is just know that things will pass. Different phases will pass. If you are in a rough spot, you need to hear this. It will pass. I need to hear this sometimes too, so I'm hoping that I can be that person for you, letting you know that this rough patch will pass. Try and cherish these moments while you still can. Just think of the happy times ahead and know that it's not forever. It's going to get easier. Things are going to get better. You will definitely get past this part. You got this.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself grace, and also look at the strengths that you have rather than the weaknesses that you have. It's very easy to have mom guilt, and I feel like we get mom guilt when we're not focusing on what we're doing right. We're always focusing on what we feel we're doing wrong. And also just not to compare yourself, because everybody has different strengths and everybody has different weaknesses, and God has given you your strength for a reason, and He has made you the mother of your children for a reason, and you are the best mother for your kids.
My biggest piece of advice that I want to give any new moms or mamas to be is take some time for yourself, if you're able able to. And do the things you love doing and don't feel guilty about it, because that's important too. Your mental health is so important. You don't want to get burnt out or anything like that. You're gonna have those Karens and those boy version of Karens coming at you all like, your job is not hard. You literally just stare at your kids all day. You wanted them, so why do you need a break from them? Ignore them. Don't even respond to those kinds of comments, because no one is gonna understand what it's like to be a parent until they are one. And if you do have a partner raising kids together with you, I cannot stress enough how important communication is. You have to be able to communicate with them what you need, how you're feeling about certain things, anything that may concern you, because trust me, they aren't gonna read your mind. And the last thing you want to do is resent them for going back to work if you're a stay-at-home mom, or sleeping through the night if you're waking up feeding your baby, things like that. If you don't talk to them about your concerns, they are not going to get resolved, and you're just going to be resentful of your partner, maybe even angry with your baby as a result of that, and that's the last thing you want, trust me. So just communication is so important in taking time for yourself.
I would say just trust your mama gut. You got this. Nobody knows your kiddo better than you do. Moms need to stick together. We all need to have each other's back. And if you feel that what you're doing is right for your kid, that's all that matters. So trust your mama gut, go with it, and do what you think's best.
Everybody always says that kids grow so fast, and it really is true. So my biggest piece of advice would be, don't spend any time like wishing that they were still a baby or wishing that they were a little more independent, because each stage is going to have its challenges, but each stage also has some really fun things that are going to be happening. So just enjoy every stage that they're at and meet them where they're at and live with no regret.
I would say let your child be who they are and let them, enjoy the things that they want to enjoy. Let them express themselves the way they want to express themselves. Just a little example, our 5-year-old Penelope, she's been obsessed with dinosaurs for years. She's not really a baby doll and Barbie doll type of girl. She loves getting in the dirt, playing with rocks and bugs, loves dinosaurs. We threw her a big dinosaur birthday party, and we just did it because she loves that and she enjoys that, and we don't care if it's a boy thing or whatever. But it definitely goes deeper than that. As they get older and you worry about your children in school, whether they will be bullied or not, I just always try to remember, I never want my child to feel like they couldn't be themselves or they had to be somebody different to fit in or anything like that. They can be, who they are, and they're accepted for that.
If I could go back and tell myself some advice before I became a mom or when I was a very new mom, it would be give yourself grace and take it day by day, hour by hour at some points. You're gonna have hard days, you're gonna have hard moments, but the good moments outweigh the bad ones, and they're not really bad moments, they're just hard. Being a mom is hard. It's harder than I thought it would be, but it's so amazing too. Just take a deep breath, realize no matter what happens, everybody's safe, everybody's okay, and just soak up the moments because they go by so fast. God made you their mom for a reason.
Honestly, don't be afraid to reach out for help, especially if you're in dark phase, where you have the baby blues or you're feeling some sort of postpartum depression or anxiety. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone. Just know that a good mom does not have mom guilt. A good mom will not sit there and question their ability to be a mom.
Coming. They're coming. Hey, what's up, bud? The food. We gotta go.